Good afternoon and welcome to Wales, the smallest city in the UK. Or is it England? It's one or the other. Anyway, welcome to Wales. Behind me is the Bishop's Palace, and today we're here because we're on one of the 4 Swan walks. I'll put a link in the description where you can find details of the full walks, but to have a little wander around Wales to see what it's like. This one is called the Dinder walk. It's a circular walk around Wales. It's about 4.3 miles, which take about 2.5 hours. It starts at Bishop's Palace behind me, where you can see the swan bell, where the swans have been ringing to gain food for about 150 years. Bishop Lord Arthur Hervey's daughters who taught the swans this trick, and they've been doing it since the 1870s. So in the distance you can see the swan on a kind of nest type of thing. That swan was normally floating on the moat itself. I was one of 60 here during 2012 to celebrate the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. So there's the Bishop's Palace and the swan we've just seen, and behind it is this stone which marks the way to the Glastonbury Tor. It's about 8 miles from here. We need to go this way up towards the palace fields. So I'm following this footpath to Dogcote. I hope this is the right path. It says 2 gates and this is 2 gates, so I think this is right. If you look carefully to the right, you might see something you recognise from a previous video. You might have to squint a little bit, but it's a clear day and I can see it. I'll zoom in a little bit. On top of that hill, roughly in the centre of the screen. I'll give you a few seconds. But seriously, how nice is it today for January? Okay, it's a bit nippy in the air, but you can feel the heat of the sun, the blue sky, and the trees. It's very nice today. It's a very quaint little path. So once you've crossed the busy road, you're looking for this wooden kissing gate. So once you come through the second kissing gate, you'll come to this pillbox, which is one of many defensive structures along the Mendip Hills. Coming out of here, there's a lot of public footpaths, but I believe the one we have to take is the one straight opposite. So I think at this point we're literally just following the hedgerow now until we come across a sign for Dinder. As I said at the start of this video, I'm using one of the 4 Swan walks to follow this path, and one of the disadvantages of using a walk that you've printed online rather than just following waymarked is you've got to try and work out the path by yourselves, following the directions they've given you. So the easiest to follow the route is really very largely dependent on how well the instructions are written. They're reasonably clear. They could probably do with a few more landmarks just to guide you on your way. Well, you're heading into a sheep territory, and this is the public footpath. Hello sheepies. I will say this, it's so far been a very relaxing walk. Nothing too strenuous, no uphills or downhills. A bit muddy in places, but other than that, it's been really nice and relaxing. And not many people doing it either. A few dog walkers and a few runners, that's all I've seen so far. Well, this is a little different from the fields. A nice little quaint village. I think this might be St Michael's Church. Looks very pretty and ornate. Don't see many of these days. A telephone box, but this time it's been turned what looks like into a library. I love seeing these things when they're repurposed. So by process of elimination, this is St Michael's Church, and rather than going down that way to explore the lovely village, we need to go this way up for what I hope is Sharkham Lane. And there it is. There's a sign, Sharkham Lane. We're going the right way. Up this path. And we're going past Dinder Village Hall on our left. Looks like a very modern building compared to everything else. And what appears to be a farm on the right. We're still on that same lane, Sharkham Lane. If you want to see tank traps, follow this sign to about 100 metres, the guide says. I want to make sure I get home before it gets dark, so I'm not going to follow it to down and continue up this steep hill and past the tree. But if you want to see some tank traps, that's the way to go. So there's a sign on this gate saying, please make sure the gate is closed. Yeah, the gate's off its hinges. So the path has brought us out into this field. There's a hedge over there. We've got to try and find a gate. There's a gate over there, so that could be it. And then 100 metres after that gate, you'll come into a lyot, which is used by the Iron Age settlers of this area. Their actual settlement was in King's Castle, which you passed just a few minutes ago. I hate it when there's two choices. There's a gate over here, and there's a path which goes this way, which follows what the guide says to go left all the way downhill. But it says continue the track. So I'm going to go this way and hope and pray it's right. Otherwise I'm going to be coming all the way back up in a minute. Assuming this is the right path, this path, this route into Wales, was always used by people who are wanting to avoid paying tolls. So we're just passing a farmhouse and buildings, and there should be a stone stile on the right allowing us to cross into a field. I think we're good. We found the stone stile. And after coming down that very boggy path, we've made it to the National Trust's Tor Hill. So we're following this path, not the other one. And we should be heading towards a field. If this is the correct path. The other path, for information, headed towards a road. So, fingers crossed. And I give you a field. See, on that turning, turn right, not left. And we just got to head straight ahead into Tor Woods at the other end of this field. And from Tor Lane, a wonderful view of Wells Cathedral. As we rejoin Bishop's Palace and the moat, you can see part of the moat that we left behind earlier today. I thought I would catch up with the swans.